What's up, everybody? Brett Mix here, Mixer Madness, doing my review for the PLE Elimination Chamber 2024. I woke up at 1:45 a.m. from a early sleep. I went to bed around 9 o'clock, so I got 3 or 4 hours, and it's about 5:30 a.m. right now as the show just ended, my time, Pacific time. That's California, Oregon, Washington State, British Columbia time. So yeah, it was a late night, early morning type show, but the show's done now, so let's head to the review. It took place 02/24/24 from Perth, Australia at the Optus Stadium, which had over 50,000 fans. First, want to say hit like and subscribe if you're new to my channel, and if you're not so new and you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Tonight we have 4 matches lined up, and I did my predictions earlier in the preview video, so we'll go over those at the end of the review. I made it out of 6 points, and I'll just say right now I got all the matches right, 4 out of 4, but I made it out of 6 points because I predicted who would lose last in the men's elimination chamber and who would lose last in the ladies elimination chamber, and I got both of the men's and ladies who they pinned last wrong, but I got the winners right. So 4 out of 6 for me, but again, we'll go over that. We opened the show with a video of outside of Optus Stadium in Perth, Australia, following a video package that shows the likes of Ripley, Jax, Orton, Lynch, and Belair all arriving at the arena. Crazy how this is Liv Morgan's 5th chamber match, but only Becky Lynch's first. Michael Cole and Corey Graves do the broadcasting. We opens up with the ladies' elimination chamber match. Liv Morgan versus Raquel Rodriguez versus Tiffany Stratton versus Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch versus Naomi. The 2 ladies who begin outside the pods are Becky Lynch and Naomi. Becky Lynch and Naomi get things kicked off, and the chamber match is underway. The ladies brought it at the War Games. They also had the better Royal Rumble match. Will they have the better Elimination Chamber match? Well, that remains to be seen. Both ladies open up with a nice sequence that the fans appreciate. Becky caught Naomi's leg, and Naomi catches a kick from Lynch. Naomi and Lynch went for early pin attempts, but not outdoing the other, as they both seem pretty equal in the match, sizing each other up. Naomi missed Becky Lynch on the outside of the ring. Fans chant, "We want Tiffy," as Tiffany Stratton hadn't come out of her pod yet. Lynch throws Naomi into the steel, but she uses her legs to drive Becky into the steel even harder. Great athleticism by Naomi, and then a split-legged drop off the chamber wall, which was a nice move. The first pod opens up and it's Tiffy. The crowd chant Tiffy time. Stratton comes off with it, and she was really a star in this match. Stratton comes off with a double drop kick to Becky and Naomi, both spinebuster slam. Stratton and Lynch turn into a crossbody off the top rope by Naomi. Naomi hit hard by Lynch, who then hits a fallaway slam. A discus clothesline by Stratton, and Lynch kicked out at the 2. Who would come out next? Stratton rolled over, dropping Becky Lynch, and then Naomi. Tiffy with a side Russian leg sweep. Then Naomi with a split-legged drop again. Becky Lynch kicks out. Naomi with a split-legged moonsault. We have the countdown now, and it's Liv Morgan who's entering the chamber next. Liv Morgan in and takes Tiffy into the bulletproof glass. Liv Morgan took it to Stratton and said, "It's Livy time, baby," rather than Tiffy time. So she mocks her catchphrase. Morton attacks both Becky Lynch and Naomi in the corner of the ring. Becky's got the disarmer on Stratton against the chamber wall. Naomi with a sunset flip powerbomb from the top off the pod. Timothy Stratton with a roll-up. And then Naomi, we have our first elimination, as Naomi was rolled up by from Stratton to Naomi. Entry number 5 is out next, and it's none other than Raquel Rodriguez, making it known Bianca Belair will be the freshest lady when she'll enter number 6. Rodriguez using her own power to punish Becky Lynch. Stratton is sent head first by Raquel twice into the chamber wall. Liv Morgan is suplexed by Rodriguez into the chain link, then onto the canvas floor. All 3 ladies go for the pin on Raquel Rodriguez. Number 6 is the most rested lady. Bianca Belair finally enters the fray. She countered using the ropes to springboard Raquel into a DDT on the steel chamber, and Cole just says, "Are you kidding me?" Stratton launched herself off the pod, landing on all other competitors. Unbelievable move. This is awesome chant. Started right after the Tiffany Stratton moonsault on everybody. Great move by Stratton. She was really the MVP of the match. Morgan and Stratton with a rolling senton. Liv Morgan eliminated Stratton to a chorus of boos. Even a bullshit chant started. Stratton did well, but she's gone now. Belair driven into the ring hard by Rodriguez and a spinning corkscrew. Lynch with the disarmer, but Raquel is hit with the KOD by Belair, who eliminated her. Down to 3 ladies, Morgan, Belair, and Lynch. Belair with a running moonsault tries to put Lynch and Morgan away. As Grave intelligently points out, it's hard enough to pin one lady, let alone two. A backstabber by Morgan and driven into the side of the chamber wall. Belair holds Becky Lynch, but Morgan delivers a shot. Hand to Belair. Then Morgan capitalized Belair into the pod. Sent her into the pod chamber wall. Becky Lynch, a DDT to Morgan by Belair. And then Becky Lynch comes off the top with a missile dropkick to Liv. A superplex, then a 450 splash by Bianca Belair. But the man gets her knees up. Great ring awareness by Lynch. Morgan countered with a jawbreaker as we get near the end here. Bianca and a codebreaker to Lynch by Morgan. Belair then with the KOD to Lynch. Morgan from behind rolls up Belair with a 3 count. Then the man with the Bexploder suplex to Liv Morgan getting the win at 33 minutes. And the most obvious winner is Lynch here, and she wins. This was a very good chamber match, though. Even great. Why not? We should call it great. The winner of this Elimination Chamber is, as always thought, Becky Lynch, but she put away last Liv Morgan, whereas I was wrong. I said she'd be putting away Tiffany Stratton last. But she pins Morgan after Morgan rolled up Bianca Belair. So there was 2 pinfall eliminations really quick back to back that ended the match. Becky Lynch is going to WrestleMania 40 like we all assumed. This chamber match overall was impressive. It is not often one of the earliest people eliminated Tiffany Stratton that is the star of the match. It's not often that somebody eliminated that quickly. Or not quickly, but eliminated early in the match, ends up being the MVP of the match. But that's what happened here. Tiffany Stratton with a star-making performance in this Elimination Chamber match. I gave it 3.5 stars. Next up, we have the TNT match of the New Catch Republic. And they're taking on Dunn and Balor and Priest of the Judgment Day. So Dunn and Bate taking on the Judgment Day for the Tag Team Championship. Dirty Dom grabs the mic before the match and was booed as he tried cutting a promo. Bate and Dunn taking on Priest and Balor for the first time ever. Broken Arrow and a kick out as We Want Mommy is chanted as the Judgment Day are giving them preview of Mommy to come later in the night. Balor's 2K24 rating is 87 and Graves said Balor was the first Universal Champion. He should be higher. Yeah, Corey, but what has he done for me lately? These ratings are about your all-time, not your all-time number. They're about what you are right now. So Balor being 87, I think that's pretty good for how he is right now. So they always complain about the rankings. Tell me you don't know what you're talking about without telling me you don't know what you're talking about, Corey. And I like Graves, but that comment, you should have known better. They say R-Truth thought the event was in Austria, and that's where he showed up. That was a good joke. That was a good joke. That was rather surprising, or not surprising, I guess, if you think of R-Truth, but it was a good one. Dunn taking all the fingers of Balor in this match. Damian Priest turned Bate inside out. Bate with an awesome around the world drop to Damian Priest. Dirty Dom was eventually distracted and thrown out. The fans popped. Balor with his series of moves, but then double Tyler Driver to Balor. Damian Priest dragged the ref out. Balor just got the 2 count. 2 matches in 2. This is awesome chance. Both for this is awesome chance for the opener and this one. So 2 matches in the crowd can see, and both get this is awesome. Damian Priest with a razor's edge, but Bate was able to land on his feet, getting a pinning attempt, and both guys caught on by Priest flipping them over near the end here. A double flapjack, but they call it the Birminghammer. As the New Catch Republic, this was close to the tag titles as they came. As the fists were flying, Dunn with a running knee, and Damian Priest in bad shape. Has him up high on the corner turnbuckle. Damian Priest with a double choke slam. And then Balor with the coup de grace. And the Judgment Day retain the tag titles at 16.5 minutes. 3-star match. I give that. It was a really good tag title match. Definitely above TV quality, but That's about all it gets. 3 stars. All right. Remember, it's the middle of summer down there, and this is during the daytime, whereas it's winter, night, morning where we are. But it's the summer during the daytime down there where they are. And the Grayson Waller effect is next. They show all the Rock, Roman, Cody, the press conference, the SmackDown. They show the whole story. The Royal Rumble. They show the whole story before this Grayson Waller effect show from Down Under. Rock cut a promo on WWE.com calling Seth Rollins Cody's little sister. Or his little girlfriend, I believe. That's what it was. Little girlfriend. Austin Theory talks about the food he consumed, and Grayson Waller comes out, and they get a good ovation as expected, and then he does a shoey with a UFC star in the front row, where they pour beer into their shoe and drink it. That's just gross as all hell. That's just nasty. I'm sorry, that's just nasty, but that's what they did. They introduce Seth Rollins, and he does a zombie music routine with the crowd as they act all zombie-like with the oh. And then out comes the 2023 and 24 Rumble winner, Cody Rhodes. Rhodes does his full intro, and pyro goes off big time at Optus Stadium. They ask who Rollins wants to face at Mania. He says he doesn't know as it's stacked, and he says that he's just days away from being medically cleared to compete. Cody says if Rock was here, he'd be saying something about Rudy Poo Poo. First off, he hasn't said Rudy Poo in like decades, Cody. And it's not Rudy Poo Poo, it's Rudy Poo. Cody then says, what do they call my fans? Crybabies? Cody asks if there's any crybabies in the crowd, and the fans cheer. Cody says he wants to wrestle Rock, and the fans chant Rocky sucks. Cody says one-on-one, anytime, any place. And Seth had to cut him off and say, you know when you talk about the bloodline, it's not one-on-one. So if you ever going to be in the fight, I'll be there. He won't be fighting his battle alone, he says. So they're previewing a possible tag match, maybe for WrestleMania, maybe for before it, maybe for after it, maybe for night one, between Cody and Seth and The Rock and Roman. So that's how that segment went off, with Cody challenging The Rock. So it should be interesting to see what The Rock says when he shows up on March 1st next week on SmackDown. The men's Elimination Chamber match for number one contender at WrestleMania 40 to face Seth Rollins for the Raw World Heavyweight Championship, or just the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, the new one. Drew McIntyre versus LA Knight versus Randy Orton versus Bobby Lashley versus Logan Paul versus Kevin Owens. I figured they didn't have this in the main event because they wanted to end the show on a good note, or with a face winning. Drew or any other person winning wouldn't do that. Perhaps they wanted their hometown girl Ripley left standing in the final image. And that's exactly what we saw. Orton tying Jericho's record with his 9th chamber appearance as he poses on the top of Lashley's pod. LA Knight and Drew McIntyre are the two guys to begin things. I said that would be the two guys to end things, as I predicted Drew to beat LA Knight last. He launches him into the chamber, did Drew to LA Knight to begin the match. Fans chanted CM Punk at Drew that he went for his go to sleep to mock him. And Logan Paul had a grin on his face in the chamber wall. McIntyre being beaten and battered by LA Knight, and we have our first pod that will open. And it's Kevin Owens. KO ducks a clothesline by Knight and runs into Drew, and then runs into a Michinoku driver. LA Knight and Owens go for a double suplex on McIntyre, but then Drew comes off with a crossbody, taking out both men. The fourth man into the match is now Bobby Lashley. Lashley asserted himself by shielding Drew over the top rope. Looking back at Orton, Orton and Paul are two remaining people in the structure have yet to enter. Drew almost got Orton since coming in the DDT to the floor. Lashley with a swinging neckbreaker, then an inverted DDT. Lashley to Drew, who went all over the top rope. The Almighty brought the fight to Orton. A spear by Lashley, but Knight removed from the fray. So McIntyre turns his attention to Lashley. Drew is hurt, but no elimination so far in this match. A huge DDT by McIntyre to McIntyre by LA Knight. Everyone in the match is down from all the moves. No eliminations yet, and Logan Paul is the last man to enter, but Owens is trying to fight inside the pod. Owens takes apart Paul. Paul sent through the pod by Owens, then an atomic drop from the top rope. Owen and Paul battle through the chamber glass, the steel, the canvas, while Drew has a sore back, and Lashley has a sore knee on the other side. Logan Paul, then the freshest of them all, Owens with a stiff clothesline, and you could almost hear him decapitate Logan. Lashley just drove Owens through the pod. All of a sudden, Lashley is eliminated as we have our first elimination. And all of a sudden, AJ Styles comes in and drops LA Knight with a chair as he got in somehow. And I guess that's going to be maybe our WrestleMania program between AJ Styles and LA Knight. Lashley was eliminated before this when Styles came in. McIntyre then pinned LA Knight as he was down from the chair shot by Styles. There goes my runner-up, thanks to the interference by AJ. Logan Paul may have a match with Owens at Mania if neither of them win this one. Pop-up powerbomb countering McIntyre's Claymore, and he did a 3-2-1. Cannonball by Owens, then a swanton by Owens to Orton as he gets his shoulder up. Owens is eliminated by Orton. Logan Paul, Randy Orton, and McIntyre are the three that are left. McIntyre goes face-to-face with Randy as they exchange blows in the center of the ring. Logan Paul lands groin first on the top rope. Paul hit with uppercuts, then to McIntyre, and then to the back of Orton. An RKO attempt to push Orton into a neckbreaker. Logan Paul remaining on the top, but McIntyre kips up. And now Drew is hit with a crossbody off the top of the pod. Paul and Drew McIntyre never saw that one coming by Logan Paul. Paul then grabs Brass Knucks and kisses them, but wasted too much time as he's hit with an RKO. Orton covers Paul and gets the 3. Orton and McIntyre are left, and they go at it in a brawl as they exchange right hands as they're the last 2 men remaining. A counter for a DDT from the middle rope. Orton with the lower back hurting looks for another RKO, but Drew hits a spine buster to the bad back of Orton. A ruthless Drew McIntyre from the corner wanted a Claymore, but then an RKO out of nowhere. All of a sudden, Logan Paul gets up and hits Orton with the Brass Knucks. Drew McIntyre goes to pin Orton and gets the victory after Paul hit Orton. In the end, at 37 minutes, Drew McIntyre wins the Chamber and is going to WrestleMania to meet Seth Rollins for the world title. After Logan Paul screws Randy Orton by hitting him with the Brass Knucks. I thought the Men's Chamber match was about as good as the ladies' match. 3.5 stars as well. Might have been the most predictable 2 chamber matches we've ever seen, with Becky Lynch and Drew McIntyre being the winners, but still really good matches. Both 3.5 stars when you ask me. Triple H comes out and announces the new indoor attendance for the Perth Stadium, 52,590. Now we have our main event, the hometown hero or home country hero, Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax for the women's title. 2 ladies born in Australia are going at it, but Jax moved away at an early age. Winner of the match defends against Becky Lynch at WrestleMania 40. They previewed Ripley and Becky before even the Royal Rumble, so we all knew that's where they were going with this. But how would the match go? Nia Jax has been pretty impressive ever since coming back. So how would she do here? Let's Go Mommy is chanted. Ripley tried a Hurricane Rana. No Way Jax was doing the front flip as Rhea Ripley tried to different her arsenal of moves for this match. A float over senton move by Jax. Jax splashes her in the corner using her backside. Jax with a leg drop. Ripley fights back, but Jax stayed on top of Rhea, mocking her. Nia with Rhea up high. She lowers the boom on her lower back, stretching it with a modified leg lock. Then a power bomb by Jax. Ripley starts with some daylight, says Graves. She gets a drop kick, a Samoan drop from the top by Jax. She gets a 2. Rhea made sure Jax hit face first. Out of the corner, Ripley off the top with a frog splash, paying homage to Eddie Guerrero. Jax outside the ring, down and out as Rhea Ripley removed the announce tabletop. Nia Jax with a Samoan drop to Rhea Ripley onto the announce table. It doesn't break, but an elbow drop to the table does. Ouch. Then the Annihilator, but somehow, someway, Rhea Ripley kicks out. Nia Jax is pissed off and spears the lower back of Ripley, working on the back some more. Rhea Ripley with an opportunity now drags Nia up, and Nia elbows out. Nia off the top rope. Rhea Ripley with a superplex off the top rope. Chance of Rhea rain down. Rhea Ripley hits a riptide to Jax and wins the bout to retain the title at 14.5 minutes. Fairly good stuff here. I rated the match 2.5 stars. How did I do predictions-wise? As said, I got 4 out of 6. I've already gone over that. I got all the Survivor Series matches right. I got all of these matches right. I got almost all of the Royal Rumble matches right. I believe I got 1 wrong in the Royal Rumble. And I got who was eliminated last wrong in the Rumble. And I got who was eliminated last wrong tonight. But overall, I got 4 out of 4 on the matches. And this show overall, I rated it a 6 out of 10. I think it was a good enough show, but nothing that worth watching again. Neither chamber match made it into classic territory, but worth watching one time for sure. This sets up the road to WrestleMania quite nicely. We got Jay and Jimmy Uso looking like a program. Logan Paul and Randy Orton perhaps being a program after tonight. AJ Styles and LA Knight definitely being a program. Lynch and Lynch and Ripley confirmed for Mania. Rollins and Drew confirmed for Mania. So a lot of matches tonight confirmed for WrestleMania, or should be confirmed. They got started tonight, so a lot of WrestleMania landscaping is the landscape is being paved out nicely for WrestleMania. So that's my Elimination Chamber review. I stayed up late to do it, so I hope everybody appreciates it. Or I woke up really super early anyway, as did everyone else. I'm sure everybody else is tired as well. But no matter when you're watching this review, thank you so much for staying there. Hit like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next on the Raw preview and then the Raw review. I also do the Monday Night Nitro and Monday Night Raw re-reviews. I'm in early 1997. I post them side by side so you can see what show goes against what show. If you guys ever want to rewatch the Monday Night Wars, I have them archived on my channel, so be subscribed and notified for that. All right, from Perth, Australia, 2/24/24, from Elimination Chamber, I'm Brett Mix. Thanks for watching, and about.